Hello everybody, welcome back to Bubba's Cooking. And guess what? We're gonna be making a baked 8-cheese mac and cheese. You heard it right, 8 cheeses. Oh, talk about constipated. I'm just joking. Okay, so this mac and cheese will be a couple steps. First, I'll show you how to make a roux. Then after the roux, I will show you how to make a bechamel. And after the bechamel, I will add the cheese to the bechamel, which will create a cheese sauce to put in the mac and cheese to be baked in the oven. So now, one thing I would do now is just list the ingredients so y'all know what the ingredients are before I get started with the video. And then also, when I actually do the steps with the videos, I will actually go back and list the ingredients just so that you'll be aware of it, okay? For making my roux, I use 4 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of butter. And then in my roux, I will be adding a little bit of nutmeg to give it a nutty flavor. I will be adding granulated onion, and also I'll be using garlic powder, a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, and for my, bechamel, instead of using regular milk, I will be using half and half cream, and I will be using heavy cream. And for my cheeses, the 8 cheeses will be 8 ounces of cream cheese, half a cup of Asiago, half a cup of Fontina, half a cup of Parmigiano Reggiano, half a cup of provolone, half a cup of Kobe cheese. Whew! Okay, that's a lot of cheeses. Half a cup of Monterey Jack cheese, and 1 cup of mild cheddar cheese. That was a tongueful, right? And then that's for the cheese sauce. And then I'm gonna add 8 ounces of sun-dried tomatoes to it to have a little kick and flavor. So now that I named all the ingredients for this, now I will show you the first step in this process, and that is making the roux. All right, are y'all ready? Yay, 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 yay! This is what I'm gonna do. I have my 4 tablespoons of flour. I'm just gonna add a little bit of nutmeg to this. This is optional, like you don't have to add this to your roux, but I love doing it because it adds a lot of flavor. Onions, I know I said granulated onion, but it's minced onion, sorry about that. A teaspoon. And then for garlic, I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic because I want the garlic flavor inside of this mac and cheese. So I'm gonna add basically like roughly around 1.5 teaspoons. I'll go ahead and add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit, because you know that the cheeses are salty as well. So, that I'm using is salty as well. So, I am using a little bit of pink Himalayan salt and roasted black pepper. It doesn't ever come out. Now, you don't have to add all these ingredients if you don't want to, but it will change the flavor and it will make it amazing. I love flavor. Now, I would normally put minced garlic, but for this, since the roux is gonna be cooking between 5 to 8 minutes, I don't want the garlic to burn. So that's why I'm just using the granulated garlic and onion. Let's get started, okay? I'm gonna bring you over to the stove and I will show you how to do the roux, okay? What you will need first is a wooden spoon, and I will grab my whisk. All right, so come on. I will put this on a medium heat. I will add in 4 tablespoons of butter. Now, if you do not want to use butter, you can use coconut oil or lard. But I love butter. I love the creaminess of butter, so that's why I'm using butter. Now, you want this to just melt. You do not want this to burn or get caramelized. Not caramelized, sorry. You don't want to get the caramel color, because then it would not become a blonde roux. It would become a caramel roux or a dark roux. You don't want that. So you just want a blonde roux. So just this to melt. And when this is melted, I can add in the flour and the seasonings. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Now for a blonde roux, the flour, you just want it to cook it to like 5 to 8 minutes, no longer than that. You just want it, the rawness of the flour to get out. All right, now it's okay to add the flour. Turn on a lower heat. It's okay, it's gonna look like similar to like eggs, and this is okay. You don't want it to burn, so you wanna constantly move it around. It smells amazing with this garlic. And surprisingly, you can smell the nutmeg as well. I'm gonna turn it down to like a lower heat. Do you smell that? Smells good. All right, y'all, so for the milk, when you're making a bechamel, you wanna make sure that your milk is heated up and warm. You don't want cold milk when you're doing your roux, so it won't separate. So you just want to make sure it's warm. You can add it to the stove, or you can put it in the microwave. Just make sure it's not hot. You just want it warm. All right, so now that's when I will let that go. This should be about ready right now. I'm gonna actually use my whisk now. Add a little bit of milk right now, which this is heavy cream. It's 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 cups of, let me turn that down, sorry about that. Just wanna whisk it. All right, so now turn the heat up just a little bit more. So put like on a medium low heat. Make sure all the sides are scraped very well. And now this is the point where I'm gonna add in my cream cheese. So that's 8 ounces of cream cheese. So I'm gonna break it, and this is room temp cream cheese, so it's not cold, just so it'll be easier to melt and combine together into the inside of the bechamel. You just wanna make sure all the lumps are out. I'm gonna whisk it until it's heated thoroughly. And while this is mixing, I will go ahead and turn on my oven to 350. Now it's time to add in the rest of my milk. Now you do not want this to boil, you just want it heated up until you add in the cheese, and so the cheese will melt. You don't want it to boil it because it will scorch the milk, the heavy cream. Once you see like a bubble, like just like 1 or 2 bubbles, that's when you turn it off. Add in your cheese and whisk until it's well combined together. So this stage is what's considered like a bechamel, but I did add the cream cheese, so that's not considered a bechamel anymore. But if you just add whole milk, flour, and butter, that's considered bechamel. So since I already add the cream cheese, it's considered a cheese sauce. So bechamel is one of the mother sauces. The mother sauce is a base, one of the bases of a sauce. So let that cool until it heats up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring over my cheeses. Again, this is half a cup of Asiago, half a cup of Fontina, half a cup of Parmigiano Reggiano, and half a cup of provolone, okay? This right here is 1 cup of cheddar cheese, half a cup of Kobe, and half a cup of Monterey Jack cheese. See how it's starting to form a little bubbles on the edges? Soon it'll be ready to turn off and add in the cheese slowly at a time, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna turn it off because you see there's steam. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of cheese at a time. All right, so now it's time for me to add the other cheeses. This what gives it the color. All right. Just gonna stir this for like another minute or so until it's all melted, and then be ready to add to the pasta. Now you can use any pasta like elbow macaroni or penne. I'm using penne pasta because I love the way penne pasta is. So I'm using that instead of the elbow. I'm not really a fan of elbow macaroni. You see how, look at this. See how beautiful this is? Silky. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful cheese sauce. It's not grainy or anything. This is it's perfect. All right, that was my oven telling me it was ready. So now I'm gonna go over here, it's getting this ready, and I will pour it in top, just so y'all can see it. But what I think I'm gonna do is I will add a little at a time, okay? All right, so now is the time for me to add in my 8 ounces of sun-dried tomatoes. It's okay if it has a little liquid, that gives it extra juices. Or if you could say moisture. I know people don't like that word moisture, but it also gives great flavor, so. I will slowly add in my cheese. See how beautiful that is? Yum! Now you might have extra cheese sauce, and that's okay. This can last in the refrigerator for like 5 days, so you can make something else with it. But I love mine extra cheesy, so I might use it all. Now for the cheese sauce, it's up to you. If you want to use more or less. I love mine extra cheesy, so of course I'm going to use basically all of it. Now I did add butter to my pasta while it was cooled down, just so it won't clump together. So I did add a couple tablespoons of butter to my pasta while it was setting, just so it wouldn't clump together. All right, I think I'm gonna add more. Oh, y'all, this smells so delicious. It smells amazing. I hate when this happens. I'm make a mess. Oh my gosh, I know that's what part of the getting in the kitchen, but it's kind of hard sometimes being clean while you're cooking. Gosh, it smells amazing. Have a question. Do y'all like a thick baked macaroni, like a thick sauce, or do you like it creamy? Do you like it like a little dry? What do y'all like? Because to me, I like mine thick, but I don't like it dry. I just like it, the sauce to be very thick. I don't want my sauce to be runny at all. Let me just mix this. Yo, this smells amazing and hasn't even been baked yet. Wait till it's all baked. Oh, it'd be amazing. All right, so I'm just gonna set this to the side. This is my toppings for the cheese for the top. That is Parmesan, Kobe, Monterey Jack, and mild cheddar. Let me fill in a 9x13 Pyrex dish, which should fill up without having a problem. It did. All right. So now that that's done, I will add the cheese to the top for the topping. Now, if you want to add breadcrumbs, this is the time to do it as well. But if you add breadcrumbs, it's always best to add a little bit of oil to the top. And voila! There you go. So the next thing I like to do is add a little bit of aluminum foil to the rack below this one, just so in case there is a mess of it bubbling, it won't spill over and get on the bottom of your oven, because that's right there is hell to get up. So I will place this at the bottom of the rack. If you want me to show you over here. All right. So I like placing the aluminum foil. You add it to that part of the rack, and then you add this to the top in the middle rack, and that's good on 350. And I'm roughly gonna say around 30 to 40 minutes in the oven, because this is a thicker sauce. You don't want to dry out. So that if it's a more liquefied, you want to add it longer in the oven. But if it's something thick like that, you don't want it in the oven long at all, because you don't want to dry it out baked mac and cheese. All right, so now I am gonna check back with y'all in 30 minutes so y'all can see what the results are and come back and see it. All right, y'all, so it's been 35 minutes. Let's go check it out. Yum! All right, so I took it out of the oven and I will let it set for roughly around 5 to 10 minutes, just so that everything could get together after the oils, so the oils can go back to its original spots. So I will see you back in 5 minutes. All right, y'all. Woo! It is ready to try. Yes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I will get a plate. It smells amazing. All right. So let me go ahead and get a corner piece. Yes. You know the corner pieces never come out the perfect way, but you know it's fine, because this is mac and cheese. I thought it was gonna be hot, but it's not. It's fine. Look at this beautiful goodness. Look at that. It's not dried out. It's not over liquefied. Now it's time for me to try it. Ooh, this goodness. Yeah, why am I getting a huge bite? Whoop. You ready? It's steaming, y'all. It's gonna be hot. That shit is a bomb. .com. No, seriously, y'all. This is really amazing. Oh, I taste that the tomatoes with the creaminess of the cheese. Woo! You know when you get really excited about food? I'm really excited about this baked macaroni and cheese. With 8 cheeses, by the way. Woo! Y'all better try this recipe. I'm not gonna ask y'all, y'all better, okay? That's what I'm saying, better, because y'all better try this recipe. I'm tired of y'all not trying my recipes. I wanna see pictures uploaded, tag me in it. So y'all, this is a must-have. And seriously, I wanna see y'all hit the like button, and I wanna see y'all subscribe, sharing my videos, because this right here is nothing to play with, okay? This is damn good. 8 cheeses now. Gonna be a little constipated, but it's okay, because it's gonna be worth it. But seriously, y'all, I really want y'all to try this recipe. It's amazing. I'm not saying that because I made it. Well, of course I made it, but it's really amazing. And I kid you not. Having 8 cheeses, plus the sun-dried tomatoes in it. Hello! Whoop! I'm bopping. Good deliciousness is all I can say. It's really good. So, like I said, like, subscribe, share my videos, comment underneath my videos. I want to see pictures of you making this recipe. And also, If you have any questions, just comment below and I will answer them for you. Well, I hope y'all have an amazing day. Thank y'all very much for watching this video. And y'all come back and see me next week. Bye.